So I know this is a real random day. You're not used to me going live on this day, and I don't really do journal lives anymore, but I need to catch up on my planner. And for some reason, when y'all are on here with me, I can get caught up on my planners. So we just gonna chat a little bit. I'm gonna catch up on my planners. Let me go and put this in the group. I'm gonna explain a little bit about weekly recaps and how you can actually do it in your planners, okay? Not the journals, but you can add certain elements in your planners. So we'll discuss a couple of those things. And like I said, let me put this in the group. This was real random. And so we're going to talk about why. Oh, let me get this other light, y'all, because I feel like it's real. It looked like I was trying to have it all in the mood, and it's not what I was trying to do. Hey, how are you? Okay, so we have two journals here. Not journals, planners. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I can tell I love journals. I say that first before I say planners. But we have two planners, and I need to catch up on my planners. I actually have the other one here too, so I'm going to kind of do a little flip through on there. So here's the thing with the lives. I know y'all like, oh, you doing a live? Yeah, we're doing planner stuff. We're not really going to do a lot of journal stuff on here. The little bit that you will see, oh man, that's from the candle. The little bit that you will see will be housed inside of a planner. So I have two planners right here. One is the daily, one is for work. You won't see the actual work pages, but I will show you the back, because one of the planners has extra pages. So if you have extra pages in the back of your planner, you don't know what the heck to do with them, you can take notes. You can do small journal moments if you wish. And for me, I'll be doing a couple of weekly recaps. Oh, you had 2 days of school? Well, my son started back school this week, so there was a whole lot of adjusting going on, y'all. And it was a whole lot of. This is the first year that I have to take and pick him up from school. And y'all, that was something real. Like, it's, if you're from Atlanta, it's like 285, 75, and 85 traffic. Dropping my son off is a little bit better, but the pickup, I'm like, I don't know about this. I'm not built for it tough at all. Not here for it. So I'm trying to figure out how we gonna make that all work, because it ain't working out right now. So let's see. What we're gonna do is look in here. We're gonna see if I've been keeping up with this. If I haven't, I'm gonna show you the Erin Condren, how full of new releases in the store. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of everything, so y'all can get caught up. All right. Hey, if you want to check out my live, click the link. Okay, and I don't believe I'm going to save this live, okay? So I don't really think, oh, Jeopardy, that's our show. I don't think I'm going to save the live, okay? So, hey, if you want to check out my live, click the link. And, oh, shoot. Yeah, I have like 40 tabs open on my computer at a time. Does anybody else do that, or is that just me? Probably just me. So that's why it's taking me forever to do that. Okay, so we are back. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just look at the Erin Condren so you can see what's going on with that. Glad you are here to catch it. Yeah, okay. So is anybody else buffering? Let me know. Hopefully you're not. So this is the week that we are in. Hey, Tarshell, girl, we just doing some little planner stuff, catching up, because you know I have not been doing right. All right, so here's August, y'all. So this is what August is looking like. I did do a little video. And that's weird, because I'm looking at mine. I see a little lag. And on the computer, hopefully it corrects. Y'all know ain't nothing new about this. Don't act like y'all ain't used to the lag. We gonna hope that it goes through. Okay, so daily water intake, y'all. Listen, my steps. We're just gonna go on and go to 9 all the way across. But I did eat healthy. I did eat a little bit healthier. Okay, so I just filled that in. So this is my catch-all planner, y'all. This is where everything that's dealing with my son, me, life, all of that type jazz will be in here. Okay, so I started filling in the goals. A couple of videos, y'all saw that blank for a while. That's now being filled in. And then we have the calendar here. So anytime something important comes up, I'll go in and write that. So for example, my son decided that he wants to do football. His school, luckily, they just do flag football. Let me not say just, because it actually helps with other sports. But they do flag football, so I don't have to worry about contact football again just yet. I don't know if he's going to try to do that again. I'm hoping we kind of smooth clear past that, but you never know with my son. So we have football tryouts. So we're going to go ahead and put that in here. And then I'll go underneath it. I really should have just did a little thing like that, but I didn't. And so I'll go underneath it with some form of a blue, because remember we track my son by blue. So I'm gonna go in here and then I'm just gonna put a blue line underneath it so I know that that's specifically for him. All right. So we have that. Then also on the 15th, we have an 8th grade parent meeting. I already have that. I'm just going to go in between with a little blue. So again, we know that pertains to him and it has nothing to do with me per se. Oh, I feel like I'm lagging again, y'all. I don't know. You know what? Y'all know I always have to check to make sure I'm on the right thing, because sometimes I be on the wrong internet thing. Let's see, who am I connected? No, I'm connected to the right one. I just don't know why it don't like me. All right, so we have that right there, and then that's enough. We're not gonna even fool with this anymore because I don't have nothing to play like I got something to put right there, because I don't. And then this has been my jam, y'all. Pen, highlighter, repeat, pen, highlighter, repeat. So this is where we are for this week. And I actually had some broccoli with the shrimp. So let me put broccoli. And yes, I did get real quiet on y'all because I felt like I was going to spell that real wrong. Hey. All right, so that is that, okay, y'all? So this is this week, and this is how I operate right now. This is really what works for me in the life planner. Next week, I think I'm going to split it in 3 categories. My son will definitely have his own category. We'll probably do house, home, and then I'll do a section for myself. And so that'll probably keep it a little bit easier. Oh, your handwriting can be neat too. Handwriting is nothing but practice. It's just practice. And I've told this story before. The reason my handwriting is decent, y'all, when I was in kindergarten, I've always been a little bit of a rebel, and I've always talked back and did crazy things. So when it was the parapro actually told me to write something on the board, I thought I was going to be sassy and just write it any old kind of way. And she made me, I cannot remember what she made me write, but I know it was 100 times. I have never forgotten that. And my hand was about to fall off. So ever since then, I'm very, very, very like intentional about my handwriting, unless I'm taking notes. So anytime I'm taking notes for you all, like if I'm doing journal prompts and all of that stuff, my handwriting looks like chicken scratch. It's all over the place. It's not uniformed or anything. All right, so let's go ahead and look in here, y'all, and see where we are. Have I been using my Clever Fox Pro, my daily planner? And did I skip anything? Yeah, and then I journal a lot, right? So again, I used to get in trouble a lot. So when I was 7 and I had an attitude, my mama put a journal in my hand. So that was that. All right, y'all. So here we are. We got June. We have July, and you'll see every week I didn't always do recaps and I didn't always do the review. I like to kind of show y'all in real life how things look, Sometimes we can come on here and pretend everything is together, but it's not always like that, all right? So I wrote that in, I think, on the video. I was like, yeah, y'all, I'm gonna write it back in. Did not do that. Did not do that. Can't even tell you what week this is. I just know it's the week after. It's the 8th or something like that, okay? Whatever. Yeah, my cursive, I do want to improve my cursive. My cursive used to be really nice, but it sucks pretty horribly now. So that was July. So we was still rolling, y'all, in July. We was rolling. We was doing real good. And we even did a recap. Then we got over here. We was still okay. We was all right. So we was, yeah, we was rolling. We was being real. And then we got to this very next week, and we was like, girl, hey, what's up? Not one thing. And it was a whole lot going on in this week, okay? A whole lot. This was the week of the cookout, you know? But y'all got not one piece of pencil or pen from me, okay? And so this is what I want to tell y'all. This is what happens when you're using a planner. And if I Frank, this actually happens in real life. You don't always have it together every day, every day. You're feeling like your world is falling apart because you didn't write in a planner. Your world probably was already apart before you even picked up the planner, okay? So yes, planners help get us organized, but there are other components that we have to work on outside of a piece of paper and pen, all right? So that is that. All right, y'all. So did not priorities. This week was really, it was busy, and I wanted to be more organized, but I was not. Like, did I get stuff done? Absolutely. But I was not where I needed to be as far as organization goes. That junk went out the door when it was like, you got to have your child to school before 7:45. And if you don't, that's a tardy. So my mom was like, okay, girl, we got to figure this thing. I was double dutching this thing. Like, all right. But so I did do the 5th. I did the 6th. I wrote all of that, but I didn't even go in and put everything, y'all. And then we got to today, and I was back planning. And so when I started back planning, I wrote the wrong thing here. A whole lot. But I do have y'all right here. So y'all was included. Y'all was included. Because I knew for a fact I would need to back plan. All right. So that's that. And then you have tomorrow. And you have Sunday. All right, so I'll be able to fill that in, and I will actually be more intentional about filling this in. So I kind of wanted to show y'all, yes, some stuff happens on time, and then there are other days when it does not, all right? But before we do that, one of my favorite things to do is put the washi at the bottom of the page just to keep up with that particular section. And I'm trying to make sure I don't use the same washi all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Is it necessary? Absolutely not. Is it going to make me more productive? Nope. Is it going to make me a little bit happy? Yes. So that's the only reason it's happening, okay? Nothing else outside of that. Y'all let me know if you can still see me. Because on my end, my screen is pausing. So I really don't know what y'all can and cannot see. And again, I'm just putting this down. I think I will get another Clever Fox because I do like it. I like that it's undated. And I do have another brand planner. So we'll talk about that in a second. And we'll talk about what I like. Thank you, Pine. We'll talk about what I like and what I do not. Well, I don't really have a lot of do not likes, okay? So at the end of this, what I do like is you kind of have a little weekly note section, and that can be, if you choose, a journal moment. If you choose not, it can be, again, weekly notes, right? So we know I'm big on weekly recaps. I like weekly recaps in journals, planners, wherever, okay? So I like to say what worked for the week, what didn't, and what can be improved on. So right here is one. So let's go ahead and look at the other journal first, and then I'll decide what to do the weekly recap page. And before I do the weekly recap page, I will show you all what has come into the shop. I will kind of tell y'all what else is different on the site. My Scribbles That Matter is right behind me. Let me get it. And I'll let you know. So guys, it's a little bit smaller. So you got like a 1/2 inch in reference to size, but width is pretty much the same. But length is just a smidget shorter. Scribbles That Matter is a smidget. Oh, wait a minute. You said clever. I'm sorry. That's Wordsworth. Hold on. Let me see. In reference to, it's still a smidget smaller. So it's about a 1/2 inch smaller. Okay? So yeah, that's about a 1/2 inch smaller. So your Scribbles That Matter is going to be smaller than, this is Wordsworth planner. And then the other one is Clever Fox, and it's going to be smaller than your bullet journal. I use for business, so I won't be able to turn to everything. I can show you a part that I have not filled in. Y'all have seen this on a picture for my goals and stuff. And then this is something to motivate me. I just took a piece of scrapbooking paper and it says, do work that feeds your soul, not your ego. So most of you all know Journal Jot and Jive is my baby. I love teaching about journal moments, and you know, I like planner stuff too. That's why I'm here talking to y'all about the planner. And then never forget your own worth. A lot of times I have forgotten my worth, and I would undersell myself, and I felt like I wasn't worth it, but I know I'm worth it. So I got to stop that foolishness. So that's why I put that, so I can see it. And so it gives you that section, and then you get a monthly section, which is not up there. So they kind of group everything all together. Then you get a monthly section. I don't think I wrote a lot in this monthly section. Yeah, so y'all are cool. So you get a monthly section. My pen smeared a little bit, so that's not cool. But you get this in the monthly. You get like a monthly view, and you fill it out how you want to. So again, all of this right here is for social media. This is for how I post, whatever I need to do. And I needed to keep it in one spot. I was trying to break stuff out, y'all. When it comes to being self-employed, or if you are working on a business that you want to have, it's probably better to separate it out from everything else. And let me say this, y'all are going to see a lot of, I don't understand why people have more than one planner. Some of those people don't have the same things that you have going on in life, okay? So they may have a little less going on in their life, so they don't require more than one planner, or they may be able to make one planner work for them. But if you can't fit it all in one planner and you need to compartmentalize, by all means compartmentalize, because guess what? You're not going to see that person in real life. So why are you worried about what they're telling you you should and should not do? Now, if they want to invest in you, a one size fits all planner, by all means. But until then, do whatever works for you. All right. So this is the monthly section. Then it separates out to the weeks. I'm just going to go to a blank page because, as I said, I'm not going to open this up for you all to see what goes in there. But this is the page, and it has this week's top focus. You have notes. I'm grateful for reflection. And what I like about this is it's very simplified. It has priority and secondary. If you want to write something motivational right here, you can. But let me say, from a business standpoint, so let me give you a little feedback on who A. Renee is, okay? First of all, she's Adrian. That's her real name. Renee is my middle name, but A. Renee is what I go by for Journal Jot and Jive. However, I have worked for myself for several years, okay? So a lot of people get confused when you see people start up a new venture and they think they don't know business, but I do. One thing that I can tell you is I've made enough mistakes to learn you can't overcrowd your plate, and when you do, things just go down the toilet, okay? So I have succeeded, I have failed, and one thing that I have always had, no matter what, was a planner. Okay, so this is cool. You got your priorities. They allot for 4 top priority things that you may have, and then they have your secondary things. When it comes to even your task at work, if you have only one thing to do for the day, that is very important, then you only have one thing to do. Just because they give you 4 lines doesn't mean that you have to use 4 lines. It's kind of like that saying, they're like, if your friends jump off the bridge, you're going to jump too. You don't have to follow what everybody else is doing in your planning rhythm and your planning style, okay? So this is pretty simple. I don't really decorate it. I'll be honest, it looks like chicken scratch on some of these other pages. So you have that, and that's the weekly section. And then the cool thing is in the back, they give you more pages. So in the other planner, the Clever Fox planner, they give you maybe 3 or 4 pages in the back. They don't. This planner, they give you quite a few in the back. And so I thought it was really cool. It's a lot. It's enough to get quite a bit done if you use it how you intend to use it. Now for me, there will be small journal moments, but there will definitely be weekly recap moments. This page right here, I just set up because I wanted to play around with the page and see how stickers felt on it. So this is an area that I may very well decorate more. The front section, we don't have time for that. Okay, so that is what we'll do. So I think we're going to work in this one as far as setting up a recap page. Let's go over what I have in the shop first, and then we can go ahead and set up a recap page, and we can say how you can utilize your planner to do a page. This doesn't have to be a Dear Diary moment for the recap page. It can be more of a list making type of thing. So what I've been working on over the week, y'all, I have several different platforms, but I wanted to make sure all of the platforms could be found in one location. So I now have all of that available on my website, is journaljotandzive.com. Okay, so on there I have where you can shop and get stuff, how you can find this YouTube channel, how you can find Patreon, which is a journal-based group. It's a smaller setting. It's for people that they want to do a couple of things. They want to invest into Journal Jot and Jive. They like, hey girl, I love you, but I'm not gonna journal, so I'm gonna give you $5 a month to support what you need to get done. The $10 tier is, okay, so I'm really feeling you, and I'm like, okay, y'all, I'm gonna do a couple of lives, and then I'm gonna chat with you throughout the month. The $25 tier, you get journal prompts, you get additional videos, and you get the lives as well. Okay, so that's Patreon. And then I'm going to start the blog. So I know it sounds like a lot, y'all, but in reference to the blog, I had a blog a while ago, and the blog was one of my favorite things, but I just slowed down because life happens. And the way I did my blog, I wrote the blog like a journal entry. So on that blog, I'll probably post maybe 4 times out of the month, but you will have access to me, and you'll kind of, not necessarily to me, but the way that I blog, you'll kind of learn certain things about me, or if I want to explain something, I like to kind of explain it in more of a comical way or in storytelling. I've been like that since I was younger. I used to love creative writing classes. So that is that, y'all. I think I've caught you up. So if you have your notepad right by you, www.journalJotandjive.com is where you can find everything you need. All right, there's that. So y'all know we had a conversation a while ago about, I don't want to get stuck making stickers, but if I am making stickers, it has to make sense for Journal Jot and Jive as well as you all. All right, and one of the things I think, you know how we talked about sometimes you kind of get off track and you can go in the wrong lane and it's not your lane. I think I was trying to conform the planner community to me versus, no, I think I was trying to conform to the planner community. Let me say that right. I was trying to conform to the planner community versus inviting the planner community into the journal world, right? So with that being said, I was creating stuff, but I gave 0 flips about some of the stuff that I created. Y'all liked some of the stuff and it was cool, but it didn't really feed me. And so you didn't see me use the stuff, okay? So one of the things that I like to tell people, if you see a business owner, and I don't want to limit it to shops, okay? Because I don't need nobody trying to come for me and all of that foolishness. As a business owner, you should resemble your brand. So when it comes to Journal Jot and Jive, most of you all know me because journaling is my passion. Do y'all know me by the planners? Yes, because I can decorate a planner like anybody else. But I'm the type that I like to fuse stuff. So when you hear Journal Jot and Jive, the first thing that I want you to think of is, oh, I need to go get my journal. I need to write. If I'm going to put a sticker somewhere, I need to stick something in my journal. So I had to take a break. I had to pause on purpose. If you've been following me, you know what that means. I had to pause on purpose. And so once I paused and I got a little humble, and I did some real self-evaluations, I said, okay, stop and be you. All right. Who's gonna be for me is gonna be for me. Who's not is not. I don't care if I start out, and right now with my Patreons, I have 15. I think I'm at 16, which is amazing. I guess I'm just preaching to y'all today. If you're starting something, don't pay attention to the numbers. Build your audience and work with who you have and watch yourself grow, okay? So anyway, I did that, and then as I got quiet, things started to flow a little bit better. So one of the first things that we started out with the Journal Jot and Jive is purr. Purr is my baby. Like, purr is everything. And that's one component that I want a lot of people to get used to, is purring. And that's going to be at home, work. You should be able to see purring throughout your planner, okay? Everybody thinks everything is about using a journal, but a journal only feeds into your life. Your planner, if you really plan like you say you plan, you can journal all day long. So I did purr, which stands for finding your peace, unplugging, and relaxing, all right? So these are what I came up with. Y'all know I love write your heart out. So the heart is pretty much heart out. And then I always try to throw a doll in here and there. I don't know how much longer that's going to happen because, y'all, that's just, I want y'all to have words. It's enough shops. I support quite a few shops where I would prefer to just use the dolls from the shop and then kind of have the words to be on the journal pages or in the planner. That's something that I would like to do. But a few things that people liked, I wanted to make sure that I kept them close. All right, so this is the weekly recap. So weekly recap, what it is it's a method that I use every week and month and quarter to break down what did not work, what needs adjusting, and what worked, okay? So anything that you're experiencing, you should be able to answer those 3 questions. And if you see that there's repetition in one or more of the areas, you're going to want to do a couple of things. If it's working and it's repetition, you're going to keep it. If you need to adjust, you're going to make whatever adjustments in those areas. If it didn't work, you're going to L-I-G. You're going to let it go. Okay? Y'all know I keep putting my spin. That's Adrian's thing. That's A. Renee. L-I-G. Y'all going to see some stickers with that sooner than later, but it's L-I-G, meaning let it go. No, the heart doesn't have a pin in it. It's an arrow on the end. It's an arrow on the end, okay? All right. And then, y'all listen. I've been in my own way. And I like to tell myself when I've been in my own way. So I've been in my own way. And sometimes you be having an attitude with the world. And I love this little saying, and I know y'all have seen this saying, and you probably seen where it's around, but it's above me now. So a lot of you all like this lady with the scarf, so I will not get rid of her. She will remain in the store, just in different shades and with different sayings. I'm going to create a whole section for that. But yeah, this is the It's Above Me Now, okay? Once you've done all that you can do, and you need to LIG, it's above you. Like, you decide how you're going to handle those things. So that's on this sheet. These are some smaller ones. And then you have Let It Go, It's Above Me Now, Moving Along, I Deserve Better. Okay. So if you know me, or you know of me, or you think you know certain things that I do, you do know that I pay attention. Social media feeds actually help me come up with quite a few of the journal prompts that I come up with, okay? And one of the major ones that I'm seeing quite often is hurt, dysfunction. So I was just sitting there thinking, like, what could somebody use within their journal or planner, okay? Again, a lot of this stuff can go in your planner. It's above me now. If your job is getting on your nerves and you've done all that you can do and you're just clocking in so you don't get fined, it's above you now. You do what you got to do, and you can't take on the stress and worries of anybody else, all right? So that can even go in your planner. So this is in the store. All of this can be found on the website that Pine put, which is Journal Jot and Jive. So hopefully y'all will check that out. Anything you need to see. And even if you don't feel like buying something, check the site out, because I done put some work in and changed the color scheme. So I need to know if y'all saw all of that stuff, okay? I need to know a little bit. I need a little I need a little validation right now. See, you can be open. If you need validation, sometimes it's okay, as long as you don't need it all the time. But right now, I need to know if y'all saw that doggone site that I worked on. All right, so let's get moving. Let's get moving. All right. So what I'm going to do is we are going to do, thank you. We are going to do a recap page. And this is my business planner. So more so than like a in-depth journal entry, I want to do more so of a list making type thing. Like, okay, so for example, what did not work? I might put 3 things per category. And I want to make sure that when the upcoming week comes, I look back at my weekly recap so that I don't necessarily repeat some of those things or I'm really making those adjustments. But I still want it to be kind of cute. So if you have a planner, you may say, okay, well, my planner doesn't have this section. What if I have an Erin Condren planner? Okay, so let's pull the Erin Condren planner and I can show you where you can fit that in. If you have a happy planner, go ahead and pull out half of those 800 sheets that we've bought in the past, and you can put that sheet in there, and you can use that sheet as a weekly recap and put it in between each week. So that can go in your planner. All right, so you have, hey, how are you? So you have this back page, and I have seen so many people complain about this Erin Condren planner. I'm like, girl, it's just the extra sheet of paper. Like, ooh. But I get it, you know, change is kind of hard. All right, so in the front, you have this section right here. If you're okay with it being in the front, you can break it down right there if you want to do your weekly recap. If you're okay with it in the back, then I would break this up into 4 sections. And then week 1, 2, 3, and 4, if you have 5 weeks, of course, hey, how are you? If you have 5 weeks, then you'll break it up into 5 weeks. And this is where you can kind of do more of a list making section in your planner. Okay, so if you have, I'm trying to cover all y'all planners now. If you have a TN, you may want to keep a separate TN booklet for your weekly recaps, and you can list make or you can make a journal entry. If you have a rings, that's an easy fix. Just put that sheet of paper in between or right behind, however you want it to go. You can put it there. Your Hobonichi. Your Hobonichi has a section where you usually have a lot of pages in the back. You can keep your weekly recap in the back, and you can kind of tab it in the back if that's somewhere you want to track it. Let's see what else. Y'all, like, seriously, I'm trying to cover all the planner. Oh, Bujo planner. When you set a Bujo planner up, and that's the journal with the dot grids, you can set your weeks up, and then you can have a section at the bottom, and you can do a weekly recap. So you can add that in your bullet journal. So let's treat this as the bullet journal, right? So if you, so let's just pretend that this is the Bujo. And so on the Bujo, you may say, I'm a weekly Bujo planner. So you planned out your weekly sheet. Somewhere at the end, just go ahead and put a weekly recap sheet, or at the bottom, you can draw a box or a grid. I like Bujo planning. I'm just not disciplined enough to do it consistently. So that was actually one of my favorite type styles of planning, but I'm just not consistent enough. Did I miss any planners? So we did the ring, coil, bound. That's it, right? I think that's it. Okay, so those are your different type planners, and you can do a recap in every single planner. If you have the sidebar in your planner and it's going to waste, you can do your recaps on that sidebar. Okay, so you can, on the sidebar, you can break it up into those sections, and then you can just do maybe one thing per week. What worked, what needs adjusting, and what did not work. All right, so let's set this page up. And let's say we say, okay, I think I want this page to be cute. It can be cute if you need it to be, or it can be as plain Jane as needed. I'm just on a quest to use the tape that I've had. And so then we just gonna put, this ain't even in the color scheme, but we just gonna put some washi down. Yes, the discipline is a struggle. My issue is making a mistake and wanting. Right, so that was the thing with Bujo. Now, if you know you feel like you're going to be prone to making a mistake, you may want to start with the pencil. Yes, it's going to take a little more time, but that'll keep you from wanting to tear the page out, and or You can put cardstock or scrapbooking paper in your planner. If you mess up, you just tape it on top of it, keep it moving. Because you don't want to take that productivity away if you don't have the time for it. Now, if you have the time, by all means, have at it. But we do kind of waste a lot of time trying to perfect a planner. Now, and I say playing. A lot of people don't like to hear me say playing, and I don't care, but I be playing, okay? A lot of us play. I play in my planners typically as a stress reliever, or if I don't want to deal with anything. Okay, so Lori said an erasable pen. Those are good. I have a whole drawer of erasable pens. Ask me how often I use them. Not a lot. So these are all erasable. That weekly recap for work is becoming more and more good. Like, right. So when you have quite a bit going on at work, right, y'all, a lot of times your performance at work is low because you're not organized. It's not that you can't get the job done. You was hired for the job. You might have been on that job for 10 years. A lot of times you're stressed, you're bored, you're annoyed with the job. So you stop caring and you stop taking the measures that you did when you first got the job. You know, when we get jobs, we be all excited. Like, oh my God, I love it. And it's just so amazing. Now, one thing that I did not do when I worked in corporate, and I learned this from my mom and my cousin, you know, your work environment should be inviting and all of that stuff. But my cousin always taught me, if you got to pick up and go, you need to be able to pick that stuff up and get out the office. Y'all had maybe a cute little clock, my little cute little cup, and a handbag. I picked that mug up and got on up out of there. I use your tip of setting up pages in it. Right. If you set your pages up in advance, y'all, even your planner, like I'm going to be real honest with y'all. If you don't have a channel or you're not bringing content or anything, and if you got stuff that you can go ahead and put down, there's really no real reason, unless you're just like, this is just something that brings me joy. There's really no reason to just hold out. Like, it's not like, for what? Now, if you about to bring some videos, by all means. And even then, I don't really like fake planning, but if you know you need to be more prepared and you need to bring content, you got to get a second planner for the content, by all means do that. Like, don't slow yourself down for the sake of a video. Thank you. Listen, and then if you don't have anything to put in the box, so again, y'all know I tell you, I don't be doing all that little extra fake planning. But if you want something in the box, put an inspirational quote or something that's going to motivate it. Do a vocabulary word of the week or something. I mean, education is always available. A tip of the day. Because one thing that I don't like reading, and I read this a lot, I hear a lot of people say, well, I don't have a lot going on. I don't really have a life. And you kind of got to be real mindful the things that you put in the atmosphere. It's not that you don't have a life. You're not valuing the life that you have. And I've been guilty of it. I don't care if you got 3 things to do. You got something to do. You woke up. You can write that down. So if you took the time to purchase a high price planner, I'm going to need you to take the time and invest in writing in that planner. Yeah, so even at your jobs, y'all take an assessment, right? So today, let's let the assessment be, and I don't like always focusing on work because a lot of people, that's what we define ourselves by. But for the most part, a lot of people only think about work. But because it's easier for me to explain the recap in a work setting, I'll do that. So let's look at your work week. How successful were you in accomplishing your goals? How many times did you complain? Don't jump off this live because I just asked how many times you complained. How many times did you complain this week? I'm telling y'all, like, I look at Mondays are my favorite day to scroll social media, go for 2 or 3 months. So when you're on Monday, just think about Mondays and think about your feed. How often do you see somebody complain about Monday? You see it all day long. And you know what that does? That ends up feeding you that same energy, right? The only difference with me is I'm like, I ain't about to let that feed my energy. I'm just about to give me a couple of journal prompts out this mug. You know, I'm a little different. A little different. So you kind of have to be really, really mindful, because what ends up, what happened, y'all don't even start on Monday. Y'all start on Sunday. It be like, oh Lord, the week is ending. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Y'all, if y'all don't be grateful for that job y'all have, I keep telling y'all, like, if you're on my Patreon, like, you're gonna get full views and stories. Like, I be listening to y'all complaining. I be like, girl, you wanna trade places? You have no clue what people are dealing with while you're complaining about something that you prayed for, or you look to the universe to, whatever you serve. So many of us ask for stuff, and I'm even talking about myself. Some of us ask for so much, and when we get a glimpse of what we asked for, we forget so quick. And we become negative Nancy, sad Susie, and then it starts spilling over in so many areas. Let me know if you're still buffering, Pine. I don't see, you know what? Because on my end, I can't see it. Let me tell you. I'll see if I see it on my end. And so one of the things, right, you do want to be grateful. And I'm not saying that you don't have a day where you're just frustrated, right? Because it's going to happen. And you are going to have moments that you like, you know what did I sign up for? I'm not saying that you shouldn't talk about your emotions, but if you're complaining about the same thing every single week, oh, okay. And you know what? It's depending on who is texting me. I need to put cut off all notifications because I have no clue of what's coming through. Like Pine said, I think it's because that notification came through. But yeah, it's okay to have a moment frustrated, but every single week, y'all, if you're frustrated every single week, at some point you need to be like, all right, what can I change? What am I willing to change? Saying too, as far as it being blurry, what setting am I on? I'm on 720. No, I wasn't. Okay. It cleared up when I clicked back on that little setting button. Did yours clear up? Because I just saw mine clear up. This thing, y'all, listen. All right, so what I'm going down right now, y'all, is just putting weekly recap down. Ooh, that's crooked, though. Come on, fix it, jeez. All right. And it does not have to be perfect, y'all. But I'm a little different. All right, so I'm going to do the bubbles this week. And so I'm going to put right here what didn't work. Oh, you was a veterinary technician? My cousin is a veterinarian. Yes, I actually make my own stickers and I sell them. It's on Journal Jot and Jive.com. And y'all, I don't think we don't have a lot of time because I just heard that thing go off. So it's like, yeah, this cute girl. All right, so I'm putting down each section, and within each section, because I'm gonna have to wrap this up, within each section I am going to write 3 things, okay? 3 things that did not work, 3 things that needs adjusting, and 3 things that actually worked. What I want to encourage you, and even if you didn't have 3 things, let's say you had 1 per category, if you don't do anything else, start with what worked. because it's so easy to point out everything that went wrong that by the time you get down to what worked, your mind has already told you, man, see, this is why I don't need, this is why I don't like this why I don't like this. Start with what worked. There has to be at least one thing that worked. If you got to work 5 minutes earlier than normal, it actually worked. Okay, so that would be my biggest suggestion to you, is to go in and put what worked first. If you know that if you start with what did not work, it's just going to change your whole mood. So put what worked. You can even probably expound on that a little bit more, and then you make your list in these two areas. Once you do that, if you have a separate journal, that's when you can kind of talk about your week and focus on everything. And the way that you use your planner to write in your journal, look at everything that you accomplished, everything that you didn't, and you can even use it and apply it in here. So that is how I do my weekly recaps, y'all. I don't want this to cut off on y'all because I feel like it's going to be real rude. I hope y'all enjoyed watching me update my planners, give you a little outlook and all of those things. If you are interested in any of the stickers, oh Lord, the candle wick don't get on the stickers, sorry y'all. If you're interested in any of the things that I talked about on the site, the stickers, if you're interested in Patreon and getting to know me a little bit better and more about using a journal, that link is on there. The ways to find me on here is on there. I'll be kind of switching out those videos. Make sure you just bookmark Journal Jot and Jive. I think it will be a page that you like. I wanted the page to be more than a shopping website. I want it to be somewhere where you can kind of go find all information needed. And at the bottom of the link is going to say newsletter. Okay? So y'all have an amazing Monday. Is 2 more days away, all right? Enjoy your weekend. Journal, write your heart out, plan ahead, and be prepared for an amazing week. Good night. Keep the live up for a little bit. Bye, y'all.